This episode is sponsored by Verve. For more details, including a free 30-day trial of their premium service, check out the link in the description below, and stay tuned to the end of the video to learn about some more exciting announcements from the team at Verve. As 2017 comes to a close, I just wanted to take a few minutes here to talk about the Nintendo Switch. And how much I love this damn thing. The holiday season is finally here, and I can already tell quite a good amount of you are going to be getting a Switch for yourself, if you didn't get one already. Earlier this year, I took a look at the first roundup of Switch eShop games. Consider this to be a bit of a follow-up. To say that this console had quite a few good games in 2017 would be greatly underselling it. And if you are unsure of where to go and what to buy, I am here to point you in the right direction. Call it a Switch buyer's guide, call it a year in review, call it whatever the hell you want. I just want to talk about some Switch games for a little bit. So let's cut all the chitter chatter and get this whole thing started. 2017 has taught me that I like this sound a whole lot. I feel like there are three major pillars of Switch titles this year. First one is, of course, Nintendo themselves, the king, the big boy at the table. Obviously, you got the heavy hitters here, Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey. What can really even be said about these two that hasn't already been said a bunch? Buy them. That's it, just buy and play these games. You may be asking which one to pick up if you can only afford one. You shouldn't ask that. Just keep saving up and just get them both. You can't play just one of these and not the other. You'll be wronging yourself in the long run. I really want to focus on other titles that don't include these two for this video, but really my opinion of these two echo basically everybody else's. These games are amazing. Done. Nintendo brought out plenty of other big hitters too, as we all assumed ports of Wii U games were gonna happen sooner or later, and with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Pokken Tournament DX, and technically kinda Splatoon 2, yeah, that's certainly happening alright. These games gave people who didn't own a Wii U the chance to finally play some good titles, and there were also plenty of extras in each, such as Mario Kart's awesome revamped battle mode and stuff like new weapons and modes in Splatoon 2, that incentivized a reason for those who did already play the games prior to pick these ones up. And it is safe to say as well that this will be a continuing trend going on well into 2018, considering Bayonetta 1 and 2 just got announced for ports in February. It would really not be surprising in the slightest if we see the likes of Captain Toad or Tropical Freeze make the jump as well. All I'm gonna say here is, the Wonderful 101. Please. Please. All of the previously mentioned already released games, combined with ARMS and snipper clips, made the summer a great time for some really fun multiplayer moments. I really had no idea at first how much I was going to love the whole idea of popping off the Joy-Cons and each person getting one as a full controller. I've been in a few situations already that I'm playing a game and then I start an impromptu two-player Mario Kart race or a battle in ARMS right on the spot, and it really shows that this is what makes the Switch pretty special. And man, there was no lack of single-player content either. Nintendo killed that too! First up, there was Fire Emblem Warriors, much like Hyrule Warriors before it, providing a pretty good source of fan service and an easy way to kill dozens and dozens of hours of unlocking stuff that seems to be never ending. Unfortunately, the game didn't highlight as many different titles in the series as I had hoped, so the fan service part is a bit lacking in comparison to when Zelda gave it a go, and some of the characters are practically full-on clones of each other, which is really weird, but it's still a really fun time. And more recently, there is Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and boy, if you want to kill at least 100 hours of your life, this is how you do it. Since it just came out, I'm really not all that far in, but from what I have played, it is a really great ride, and I'm hearing it gets even better the further along I get, so that is incredibly exciting to me. Xenoblade is a series that I did not expect to get as popular as it did, and I could not be happier that the year is ending with a brand new, full-scale adventure that you could play in the palm of your hands. That's awesome. And of course, I can't forget about this one, Literally nobody out there expected Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle to be as good as it was. It's not the most complex strategy game out there, but man, it is so much fun. There is the perfect amount of depth to make it so it's still really simplistic, but also addicting to look at skill trees and wonder which path you want to go down. Each chapter that you go through is cut up into a series of mini battles, making it a great time for both pick up and play or all day gaming. And something that I never would have saw coming ever, this game actually made me like the Rabbids. I didn't think I would ever say that before now. It really does not matter how long it's been since this game came out, I still can't believe it's a thing. You got Mario teaming up with Rabbids who are cosplaying as Mario characters, and Mario has a gun? Life is weird, man. But yeah, my point being, Nintendo absolutely killed it this year. As long as you don't pick up 1-2 Switch, then you should be totally fine no matter which way you go. Just please don't buy 1-2 Switch. I'm asking nicely, please don't. And then coming soon in the near future, we're already getting Yoshi, Kirby, Fire Emblem, Metroid, Pokemon, and a whole lot more. It seems like they'll be killing it for a good while longer. Now, the second pillar of games here are the third parties, and arguably the most important. We have been hearing the same old shtick going on now for what feels like forever. While third-party games were certainly existing for Nintendo before, their consoles haven't really had much in the way of major stuff in strong bursts since... well, kinda, again. Yeah, there you go. Wow. But boy, the last couple of months have just been stacked with these really high-quality titles from third parties. Doom, Skyrim, LA Noire, Rocket League, FIFA, Resident Evil Revelations, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Puyo Puyo Tetris. And sure, at the time of release, these were all old titles. But the thing is, people are still excited to play them. One reason being, yeah, Nintendo's actually getting some competent third-party support for the first time in a long time. Why not support it yourself? But the most important reason by far, I can now play Doom while sitting on the toilet. Just try and tell me the Switch isn't awesome after having that realization. And what's interesting about all this is that third parties are starting to realize that the Switch is actually a fully viable contender here. I mean, Konami, of all companies, is still giving DLC to Super Bomberman R? As a huge Bomberman fan, that is legitimately crazy. And the big benefit here is in the future, we are bound to see a whole lot more from a bunch of different companies. Square Enix already said they're on board, so is Capcom. We're getting Valkyria Chronicles 4, which is probably going to be awesome, and plenty more throughout the year will surely be announced. Exciting times all around. And the last of the three pillars here that excites me a whole lot, the indies. Or nindies, whatever you want to call them. I feel like whenever an indie developer puts their heart and soul into their game, you can tell just by playing it. And the Switch has been fortunate enough to score a bunch of really great indie games. Oh hey, do you like Metroid-style games? Well, you got Axiom Verge, and you got Mummy Demastered. What about Zelda? Do you like Zelda? Well, there's AntDude 2 and Oceanhorn. All you lovers of pixel art out there have Slime Sand and Kamiko, and for rhythm fans, you got Thumper and Super Beat Sports. Steam World Dig 2, oh man, this game is absolutely fantastic. Honestly, I could go on. The amount of really fun indie games that you could find on the eShop is staggering, and it's only gonna grow from here. And a major shout out to Nicholas. They have been pumping out some really great physical copies of indie games, featuring manuals, stickers, some extra goodies. Hell, the box for Tiny Barbarian can't even close all the way because there's too much stuff that came with it. It's so cool. And on top of this, limited run games will be joining the ranks as well. If you're unaware, these guys do a similar thing, giving physical print runs to indie games. Golf Story is fantastic, and that is supposedly getting a limited run, as is Mutant Mud's Collection. I know I'm skimming through a lot of this, and there is a lot more that I could cover, but I did want to keep this pretty brief. All of the games that I mentioned here are of good quality and are worth playing. And what is crazy and kind of bad about that is it's actually starting to become a bit of a problem. The Switch may just be getting far too many games at once. Dropping the second Breath of the Wild DLC pack right after Xenoblade 2 releases, which was already coming off of the heels of Super Mario Odyssey, and there's no signs of stopping heading into 2018? Do you remember like a little over a year ago when everyone thought Nintendo was dead? Well, now the only thing dead is gonna be my bank account because I can't help myself here. I've bought a lot of Switch games. So, at the end of the day, and at the end of the year, the Switch has more than proven its worth. It's kind of phenomenal, honestly. Now, of course, Mario and Zelda are the obvious ones to go and play, but the fact that there are dozens of other games to pick up and give a shot, that's kind of remarkable. Good job, Nintendo. You know what else has proven its worth this year more times than not? All of the quality content that you can find on Verve. This is my third time working with these guys, and still, my segues are on point. Verve is a service available on multiple devices that combines content from different channels such as Funimation, Crunchyroll, Cartoon Hangover, and more, and presents them all in one unified place. As a result, you got the likes of My Hero Academia, both subbed and dubbed. You got Cowboy Bebop, an absolute classic. You got Bravest Warriors over here, and hell, why not, even Stephen Hawking's favorite places. Just because. They also just secured the dub for Dragon Ball Super, and that's pretty sweet. And now you can even watch all of your favorite shows on the go without a connection to the internet. And here's the kicker, it is a limited time offer, but by clicking the link below you can get access to a 30-day free trial of Verve Premium, giving you an ad-free experience. I have worked with these guys multiple times now, and that is because it is a legitimately really cool service. And think about it like this. During the holiday season, when you inevitably need to give your thumbs a rest playing all of the Switch games that you're gonna get, you need somewhere to go. And Verve is the spot for you. I mean, come on. Breath of the Wild and My Hero Academia in the same holiday break. You can't get much better than that.